Apparently, Nick's theory, based on the expert that he cited by name, our French guy, apparently
JF
Nick's
Garepi.
theory is that the bullet didn't even hit the spine on the way in. It entered Charlie's neck here, passed beyond his spine into the back, and bounced off of his skin, and then did a 180-degree turn, a 30-06 bullet, and was trampolined with so much speed back into Charlie's spine that it, I guess, according to the official narrative that Nick is parroting, then shattered his C2 all the way down to his C7, just obliterated his spine, and then just lodged right beneath the skin down by T1. It's possible that Nick doesn't think all of that. It's possible that our French gentleman doesn't think that the spine was shattered at all. It's possible, because I didn't even care to go all the way to his end of his video, honestly, once I heard that he thought that skin was a fucking trampoline that could stop a bullet. And yeah, we know about yaw. We know that bullets can tumble. We know all of that. If this is what you want to go with, you just keep on going, bro.
So much snark in Ian's tone.
Christmas is coming early, I suppose. But we are being told by people directly affiliated with TPUSA, multiple, that the autopsy shows that the spine is eviscerated from C2, which is behind your fucking face. Bullet incoming from the front. C2 is behind your fucking face. So maybe the Frenchman's onto something. Maybe that's how it hit the C2, is it bounced off the back of his neck and then went upwards to the C2 and then went straight downwards down his spine and just... Yeah. This is the illustrious Nick Fuentes, folks. The illustrious Nick Fuentes. Sorry. I'm getting into attacking him back. It's just low-hanging fruit. We'll try not to pick it.
They've said the same thing. Okay. And Ian Carroll's not a ballistics expert. He goes on and says,
Neither is
some
Nick.
hunter shot a thing from 100 feet away.
I'm not a ballistics expert. But again, with the no, Nick, actually, I'm citing a whole bunch of combat veterans, ex-special forces, some hunters, some people that run ballistics expertise channels specifically, a wide variety of folks, basically everyone, except for this swarm of shills that are now coming out.
So that's not evidence.
Yes, it is. Look it up. Type it into your dictionary, Nick. Come on, you're smart. You speak English.
The problem is you don't understand formal logic. You don't understand
This part is gold.
and
You don't
rationality.
understand formal logic.
Let's learn
That's
about
just a
formal
funny
logic
line.
and rationality. Formal logic is a system of reasoning that evaluates arguments based on their structure, focused on the validity of the logical form rather than the content of the premises. A formal fallacy occurs when there is a flaw in the logical structure of a deductive argument, rendering it invalid, even if the premises are true. You mean sort of like when you use a straw man argument, Nick? A logical fallacy where someone misrepresents an opponent's position by distorting, exaggerating, or oversimplifying it to make it easier to attack? Kind of like that?
Nick does do that a lot on the show.
Oh, for you, this kind of vague insinuation.
He throws out like a
I
stupid argument and then just says you're retarded for believing in that. And everybody's like, yep.
feel like something's off here. You read?
Yeah, you mean misrepresenting your opponent's argument to make it seem oversimplified? Or just not even representing it at all? Yeah. Formal logic, Nick.
Register that as evidence. That's not evidence.
Yeah, whatever you just said was not evidence. That was you doing some weird shit.
Oh, okay. A big bullet didn't do a thing? No, okay. And you register.
Yeah, actually, physics is evidence. Ballistics is evidence. You ever watched a murder trial, Nick? Like, for example, the JFK assassination, which I think we're probably going to talk about here in a second.
That's an argument. That's not an argument. You need a postulate. You need a hypothesis. You need a theory, a conjecture. You have none of that.
You seem to misunderstand what's going on here, Nick. Unlike all of you, we are not saying that we know what happened. We're trying to investigate what happened. You are saying that you do know what happened. You are the one with the theory.
Didn't they say
Your
it was
theory
Israel?
is the official theory, the Fed slop narrative. Tyler Robinson took the shot, one shot, with his grandpappy's 30-06 rifle at about 140 yards from the roof of the Losi Center.
Didn't they say, aren't they actually saying, no, they actually are saying it was Israel who did it? Aren't a lot of them actually pushing that narrative? I don't necessarily know if people should be doing that either. If, you know, because it seems like Candace and him both are kind of saying, in the whole last video we reacted to, he's saying, come on, Nick, this is your chance, bro. Come on, it's Israel who did it. Like, isn't that kind of like actually pushing a narrative, pushing a theory? You're not just saying we're all just asking questions, even though that is, I mean, more along the lines of what you're doing than Nick is, but you are kind of pushing people in a direction. I find it hard to believe that Nick personally believes in the main narrative. Yeah, that's what I said too. I said that last week. I said maybe he's just saying it wasn't Israel because he doesn't know, and it's easier just to blame the left because that's a known enemy, and we don't really know. But we do know that somebody just got their head blown off, and maybe Nick wants to do speaking engagements in the future, and he doesn't want to have to, you know, worry about that. Although he probably has to worry about that anyway, so I don't really understand. I think he is criticizing those questioning the narrative for some other reason. Yeah, again, that's what I said. I said, I think all this is like, it's beside the point. The whole Charlie Kirk thing is like not even what the thing is, right? The thing is this other thing, which is splintering up the right wing, narrative control, perception management. It's actually pushing against something else, something external to the Charlie Kirk thing. The Charlie Kirk thing just sparked this whole explosion to begin with.
And it struck Charlie Kirk in the neck and killed him by going into his neck. The theory may differ here, but the autopsy apparently says that it hit his spine at C2, way up here, and then deflected at a near 90-degree angle and traveled down his spine, exploding all these vertebrae down to C7, and then it lodged somewhere around T1. That is the theory. You guys are the ones with the theory. We are saying your fucking theory doesn't make sense. We don't need a theory because we're journalists and we're trying to investigate what happened. And some people are coming up with theories. I investigate many. Personally, I don't hold any of them. I don't think I know what happened. But I know you're full of shit. And I know that this is just like waking up on Christmas morning. So please do not stop. Please make this bigger video that you said you would make. Just tearing it all up. Just eviscerating this clown Uber Eats driver, Ian Carroll.
You're not even an expert in the subject. You have no expertise. There is no forensic evidence.
There is no forensic evidence. You mean like the video of it happening? You mean like all the other videos from the scene? And there's way more than that, I would presume, behind the closed doors of the investigation, of the FBI investigation, which I'm sure is totally above board. I'm sure it's all good at the FBI. Jeffrey Epstein totally killed himself, never trafficked anyone to anyone. Next thing you know, that'll be what Nick is talking about.
Which he did, actually. He just had a interview with Richard Spencer, and he actually was saying that. He actually was angling. I don't know if he explicitly said it, but he was angling that maybe Epstein, it was just like young women, like 16, 17-year-olds. Like,
You know, look, these conspiracies, it's like, at the end of the day, you got to wonder, is there a there, or is it a lot of smoke? You know what I mean? So with Epstein, like, there's no doubt that he was some kind of intelligence mercenary. That's very obvious that he was like getting information and selling information. But to me, it just sort of seems like kind of petty and small. I mean, okay, it's like Michael Tracy says, maybe they were 16 years old, 16, 17 years old. But the way people talk about it, it's like we're on pedophile island where they're harvesting adrenochrome from babies to like feed the vampires. And it's like, it's a crime, but I don't think it's like a sexy crime. Not that that's sexy, but you know what I mean? It's not cartoonish. It's not the crime of those types of proportions. I think it's pretty innocuous
Has anyone
espionage.
actually been blackmailed by this Epstein thing in the sense that someone sent them a videotape of them engaging in wildly illegal activities and they were just about to vote against Israel and they didn't do it because of that? I think a lot of it was just buddy stuff. And a lot of the young models who you're passing around, that's just like New York culture as well.
I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, that's crazy. I totally disagree with that.
You have this, first of all, you're completely ignorant
Sorry, that was a logical fallacy. I just jumped the fence to the next argument over.
person. And then it's just this vague, oh, okay, yeah, I guess a giant bullet didn't leave an exit wound.
Yeah, you can go and watch my video for yourself and see if that's
still frame.
the substance of my argument. And that's how I presented it.
What you don't understand is that bullets do.
See, here's where he starts to parrot Jean-Francois's talking points.
Which, okay,
This part's
the person he's talking about is JF Garepi. JF Garepi is a long America First person, right? He's been around during the blood sports days of 2017. I used to watch him back in the day. Like, he's been around for a minute. He's been an ally to Nick and America First for a long time. So his expert he's talking about is already implicitly bought into the America First view. So that's kind of like people who don't know that, you know, you might think, yeah, this guy's a legitimate person. Also, JF might have killed his wife, but you know, hey, that's still the jury's still out on that one. So yeah, if you want to trust that guy, hey, whatever. Remember, one bullet went through Kennedy's neck and then turned and went through Connolly's wrist, right? The magic bullet, right? Back and to the left. Back and to the left, right? Charlie Kirk went back and crumpled down. Back. It's like all over again, right? It's like a rerun. Hey.
When a bullet enters skin,
starts talking about skin, which is like the key word that French homie keeps on saying. It's just, this is all that's been downloaded into Nick's little brain, and now when a bullet enters. Sorry, I'm not going to make fun of it. I'm not going to do it.
Infowars,
it can
yeah.
change the trajectory of a bullet. It can alter its velocity.
Yeah, when a bullet enters a substance, it can change its trajectory and velocity. Usually a very small amount, it will deflect off course and travel over time in a different direction. Bullets don't bounce off skin and go the opposite direction and retain their velocity, bro. That's not how it happens. Skin can't hold 2,000 foot-pounds of force. Even if the bullet is tumbling. And I mean, maybe like there's a slight chance, a miraculous chance.
So this is a multi-agency, multilateral conspiracy involving French intelligence, Israeli intelligence, the FBI.
You know, if Nick was based on the nuclear Dimona facility, the Dimona nuclear facility, he would actually remember how the French government and some people in South Africa and the Jewish mob in America, a whole bunch of other folks, all colluded to get Israel's nuclear facility up and running. It's not uncommon for a whole bunch of different nations and intelligence agencies and motherfuckers around the world
Nick
to
has
collude
talked about that before.
at for very high level political and state operations. Duh.
I don't understand, because he's acting like that's a crazy thing, but like, didn't that also happen? Didn't we come out to find that with JFK? Israel was involved. That's like a multinational effort. The CIA and Israel were involved. Same thing with 9/11. Didn't we find out like Saudi Arabia was involved, Israel was involved? Like, this is a multinational effort here. So and Nick knows that. Nick's like the guy. So why is he trying to act like this is such a crazy idea that this happened? That, oh, multinational effort. Like, don't you believe in that kind of like organized Jewry? Hello?
We're just trying to investigate the actual evidence, as opposed to shoveling the Fed slop narrative down people's throats and calling them names and saying they're dead to you and they're retarded if they ask any questions. You would make a great journalist, Nick.
The FBI produced
And by journalist, I mean White House correspondent.
the weapon. The FBI discovered the weapon. They produced it. They released photographs of it.
Actually, Nick, they didn't.
Yeah, I don't think they
The
did.
FBI did not release photographs of the weapon, and to this day, we've never seen a photograph of the weapon. And in the charging documents that the government released charging Tyler Robinson with this crime, in those documents, they clearly state a flaw, a lie, an untruth, that Tyler Robinson's father saw a photo of the rifle in the news and said, and then he knew that Tyler Robinson was the shooter, and that's how they then confronted him and convinced him to turn himself in. The problem with that is that the photo we are referring to of this gun,
I've seen this
by
picture.
the New York Post, is not the rifle that Tyler Robinson owned. And that's obvious because this is a composite plastic sort of stock. This is not a World War I relic. Duh. And the New York Post clarified that this was just a stock image of a similar rifle that they used as a stand-in because the FBI has never published a photo of the actual rifle from the crime. Pretty important detail for you to know about, Nick. Pretty important detail when you read the charging documents. Pretty important detail for the whole thing. Yeah. It's kind of awkward.
In concert with the Egyptian military that deployed their shooters, there's Israeli phones there, and they got the wrong gun. They matched the wrong gun to the wrong bullet. How does that even make sense?
I guess they fucked up. How does 9/11 make sense? We know what we know about 9/11 because they fucked up. How about JFK? They fucked up. How about the USS Liberty? We only know what happened because they fucked up. Duh.
It's a 3-agency conspiracy, but they brought the wrong rifle. And how did they do that? They picked one at random?
Most of these conspiracies have some serious retards involved that seriously fuck up and leave a trail of clues lying around. That's very common.
What kind of bullet did they shoot him with? A handgun? Why didn't they?
I don't know, because they haven't told us and they won't release any information. They're actually actively suppressing information and covering everything up, and they paved over the crime scene and all this other shit. We don't know, Nick. I doubt it was a handgun, because handguns are hard to aim. I'm sure you know that, because I'm sure you shot a lot of guns.
Leave a handgun in the woods. It doesn't make any sense, your theory.
I don't have a theory, Nick. My theory is that your theory is fucking retarded. You're the one with the theory, Nick. You're the one pumping a theory, and it's the Kash Patel theory. I am the one poking holes in it and saying, nope, not good enough. Let's look at real evidence, please.
Which you don't even have. All you have is this, we're just asking questions.
Correct. Yes, that's what journalists do. They ask questions until a credible theory emerges. And so far, no credible theory has emerged. You are correct, Nick. You're almost there. Keep going. Maybe you'll get there.
It's so stupid. It's completely stupid.
I think he's just going to go kind of crash for a second here.
I'm going to have to wind up doing a video about it. And I'm
Please do, Nick. Please do. That will be a wonderful day.
Going to rip it apart, and I'm not anybody that disagreed, like, you're dead to me, straight up.
Why is he so extreme with it? You're dead to me. Why?
If you have any questions about anything that your fearless leader says, you're dead to him. Fuck you, you fucking retard. Personally, I don't think that's a great way to think or feel about other people. I'm of the mindset that you should think for yourself. And you don't have to like me or like my theories. I don't care. Do your thing, dude. Look your own shit up. Come up with your own ideas. You can even call me a Fed. You can do whatever you want. That's fine. You're still good with me. I ain't stressed. Duh.
Because you're a sucker. If you fell for this, you're too stupid. We don't need you. You're a victim of the Matrix. So, a lot of your fans got banned. Not a good look. I don't want them.
Nick is being forced to continually respond to this over and over and over and just like make more and more mistakes because his own fans are sending him super chats being like, Nick, this is not a good look, bro. Nick, you should not, don't keep doing this, Nick. You're fucking it up, Nick. And he's like banning them. He's deleting chats and shit. It's awkward.
I don't want them. If you're pushing on this, I'm not like these other people where I'm.
And to clarify, I haven't banned anyone over this conversation.
These still
I
frames.
think I've hardly ever banned anyone at all. I've banned a few back in the day when I was smaller on Twitter. But around this conversation, I haven't banned anyone, haven't deleted any comments, haven't done any manipulation of any conversations in my feeds or in my zone, because it's all good. Talk your shit. Bring it on.
Begging people to watch my show. I don't want you. If you don't like that, don't watch it. I swear to God, go somewhere else. I shouldn't say I swear to God, but seriously, you want to be, I've said this before, go watch Numbnuts. Go watch Candace Owens. You're into the soap opera.
I think Nick should probably work on his insult game. Should probably come up with better nicknames for people. Maybe call up Trump and ask him for some advice.
Go watch that, because when push comes to shove, you're going to be a liability. I don't need liabilities. I don't need idiots around me.
Don't need liabilities, eh, Nick? Maybe you should have had a more thoughtful past. But I'm not going to get into all that. I'll let other people on the internet dig into Nick Fuentes' past.
People want to call you a fed and imply you're disingenuous, but genuinely, when was the last time someone told their audience to get involved in politics? Not just voting, but taking the helm.
At this point, I'm convinced that Ian is an operative. Ian
might
is
be.
pro RFK Jr. He said he defended Eric Prince repeatedly, defended the Gaza deal. He's on Joe Rogan with this Kabbalah bracelet.
That's true. He did do that.
You want to know
too.
why I think that? It's because I was talking to him and he was treating me like a robot. Because I texted Ian Carroll the other day and I said, you know what, man, fuck you. I said, I defended you. I said, when everybody was calling you an operative because of your Kabbalah bracelet and whatever, I said, I defended you. I said, and this is how you repay me. We disagree and now you call me a fed. That's your go-to. It's not, I disagree with him or I don't understand his position. It's, oh, he's a fed. I said, you're a traitor. And he just wouldn't. He's like, just talking right past me. He's like, well, this isn't about you or me. This is about Charlie and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, it's about me because you're calling me a fed and you're a traitor. I'll read it to you. These people, like, something's not right with these people. I don't know what it is, but something's not right. I'll read you the conversation. And it was a very weird conversation. So I texted him. I said, you are a really disloyal person. I went to bat for you when people were calling you a fed. Now, because I disagree with you, you attack my credibility? Fuck you. He texted me. He said, watch the video. You're way out over your skis, man. Blatantly wrong, and it's hurting your credibility, whether I point it out or not. Whether I point it out. Okay, but you're not attacking my credibility. You're calling me a fed. Go rewatch your live stream segment about me. Did you think I wasn't going to respond? You asked for evidence, so I produced it. I said, you are saying, has Fuentes flipped? Disagree all you want, but insinuating I work for Israel or the FBI, you are a total piece of shit. When people were attacking you for your Kabbalah bracelet, I called that out as paranoia and said they were being ridiculous. Now we disagree for the first time and you immediately jump on bad faith accusations saying I'm controlled op. You are trash. You agreed with me that Candace Owens did me dirty and didn't say anything because you didn't want to offend her. There was nothing honest about you. And that's true, by the way. When Candace trashed me, he called me up and said, you're totally right about her, dude. She treated you terribly, but I don't want to say anything because she was nice to me. He replies, he goes, this isn't about you, Nick. Someone killed Charlie Kirk, and it wasn't Tyler Robinson. This is one of the most important moments in our nation's history in our lifetimes, second to 9/11. Are you fucking kidding me? This is one of the most important moments in our nation's history in our lifetimes, second to probably only 9/11. In our nation's history? I guess in our lifetimes. Yeah, this is bigger than the Trump election and like COVID and yeah, are you kidding me? You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot and you suck and I hate you. Figure your shit out and get your head in the game. Get
What?
over your vendetta with Candace. This is bigger than you or me or any of us. These people are crazy. And we have a narrow window of time to do something about it. What are you going to do about it? You've chosen to peddle Kash Patel talking points with no realization how dumb and vulnerable that makes you look. He keeps saying I'm vulnerable, which to me indicates you're not familiar with the evidence in the first place. Assuming you're not blackmailed, I'm sure you'll grow through this and come out the other side, and I'll support the great work I'm sure you'll do on the other side of it. If you are blackmailed, I'll support you even more coming out the other side of it. Whatever's going on right now, well, I made a 2-hour video. I said, it's about me because you're accusing me of being compromised with no evidence because I disagree with you. You're talking past that because you know you're lying about it. Elon, Candace, Tucker, and you are all attacking my credibility simultaneously. Of course it's about me. I'm letting you
And
know
Milo.
you are dead to me. I will repudiate your support now and in the future because you're a dishonest, stupid piece of shit. He replied, he said, I addressed the Fed stuff. Seems like you didn't watch the video, but you do you. There's a joke about 107 friendships out there somewhere. I'll support your work when it's good. I hope it is. I said, yeah, I've been backstabbed repeatedly, including by you. I backed you up and defended you. Then you switched up on me because of the heat of the moment. You can shove your support up your ass. It means nothing to me. You have no integrity as a person. So this is like that. You tell me, but that's a weird conversation. And I'm not crazy, so I'm going to say maybe he's just stupid, but that's like a weird conversation. Because I'm telling him repeatedly, you're making an accusation with no evidence after I defended you. You're betraying me. And he's saying, this is like 9/11, bro. You're vulnerable, bro. And I'm like, it's really simple. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Am I not owed the same thing? I disagree with you. You jump to, I'm a bad faith actor. Isn't that a little hypocritical? You went through the exact same thing and I defended you. Now the shoe's on the other foot. You throw me under the bus. You're terrible. And he's just saying all this other stuff. I'm like, it's weird. It's weird stuff is going on, man. And this is why I say don't trust anybody.
But then you had Ian jump on X and post the screenshots. Hey, props to Nick Fuentes for reading the whole thread, I guess, but I specifically said in my videos that I wasn't calling him a Fed, which he didn't. In the first one, he did say, I don't think he's a Fed, but I don't know what's going on with him. Like, he kept belaboring that. I went to bat for you when people were calling you a Fed, and now because I disagree with you, you attack my credibility. F you. You're way out of your skis, man. Who says that? Blatantly wrong and it's hurting your credibility, whether I point it or not. Go rewatch your live stream segment about me. Did you think I wasn't going to respond? You asked for evidence, so I produced it. I guess it's 108 friendships now. Wouldn't it be 110? Because he's kicking out the friendship? I don't know. So he says, this isn't about you, Nick. Someone killed Charlie Kirk. It wasn't Tyler Robinson. This is one of the most important moments of our nation's history and our lifetime, second only to maybe 9/11. Figure out your shit and get your head in the game. Get over your vendetta with Candace. This is bigger than you or me or any of us, and we have a narrow window of time to do something about it. And you've chosen to peddle Kash Patel talking points and apparently no realization how dumb and vulnerable that makes you look, which to me indicates you're not really familiar with the evidence in the first place. Assuming you're not blackmailed, I'm sure you'll grow through this. Okay, that's what Nick said. I made a 2-hour video. Okay, this is all what Nick also said. Yeah, we could play Twitter drama if that's more your style. Right, whatever happened to blood sports? Whatever happened to people getting in the arena and just debating and going back and forth? Why don't we do that anymore? Why are we doing this weird, I'm going to make a video about you, you're going to make a video about me, I'm going to make a video about you, you're going to make a video, and we're just going to go on like this forever? I guess it's more clicks, more views, more money, I guess, than doing one big showdown. They'll do the showdown at the end of it all, right? They'll all get on Pierce Morgan together and they'll all hash it out. It's ironic. He actually behaves like Israel, demands loyalty from everyone else, and ritually stabs everyone in the back with no hesitation. Got that victim mentality. Yeah, I said something similar about that too with Sneeko, is that he demands so much of people. And if you don't buy into everything and don't defend him on everything he says and does, well, then you're dead to him. And then the Groypers get on X and they viciously attack you. It's like, man, that's just like an insane way to go about things, especially with people who like you say are friends like Sneeko. It's like, even though I think him and Sneeko are cool now, I guess. I don't really know. Getting the 109 meme wrong is just a cherry on top to all this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he did say 107 friends. So it's like, he said 108 here, though. Yeah, like what? Spring chicken.
And you have real ballistics experts saying this. You have people that are ammunition experts, ballistic experts. They are saying it's not comparable when you shoot a ground beef versus when you're shooting a human being. They're different. Ian Carroll says, well, we're not saying it's impossible that that happened. We're saying it's astronomically unlikely. Really? Because then somebody found the tweet from October where Ian Carroll said it's impossible that the bullet could have done that. Do you see? So in October, he says, a bullet could not do that. It is literally impossible. This is airtight, concrete proof. It is impossible. There's no other explanation. Had to have been shot by some other round. That was October. December, ballistics experts come out and dispute it. Well, we never said it was impossible. We said it's astronomically unlikely. Okay, so which is it? First of all, you did say that. First of all, you built your whole case on that. You built your whole case. First of all, you're a complete amateur. You have no expertise. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not an expert. You're not a physicist. You don't know.
Neither are you, though.
And you built your whole case on this assumption, sloppy, amateurish work. You said, well, big bullet didn't leave a big hole. That's impossible. It must be fake. You built your whole case on that. An actual expert weighs in and disagrees. And then it turns into, oh, well, we never said that. We said it was astronomically unlikely.
Yeah, but
really? Did you?
He has his own experts who are disagreeing with your expert. So now what, Nick?
Calculate the odds? Really? Did you simulate it? How did you do that? Did you use software? Did you do the experiment 10,000 times? And then did you measure how many how do you know it's astronomically unlikely? And how did it go from impossible to astronomically unlikely? Or are you just saying shit? Pizza delivery boy. He goes, it's a 1,000-yard gun. It's a 1,000-meter gun. What's a 1,000-meter gun? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You didn't know what the fuck you're talking about then. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about now. And you can't even keep track of your own narrative because you don't have one. You said it was impossible. Now you said, I never said it was impossible. You did. But you don't even remember what you said because the story changes every day and you're making it up as you go along because you don't give a shit about the truth at all. It's like you said, this is about sides. For you, this is about who is saying what and what ideological side they're on. This is about Israel. Well, not necessarily.
Is Nick not on an ideological side? What the hell is he talking about?
You have to prove that, actually. You have to demonstrate that with evidence. Show me the real evidence, not circumstantial evidence, which is not real evidence. Not things that look shady, not things that seem off. No, where's the real evidence? But they don't care. That's the bottom line. They don't care. And people like that, I think, are useless. People like that are trash. We don't need people that exist to reinforce ideological lines. I'm not interested in that. I'm saying me as a human being, as a person. I don't need someone who doesn't care about the truth to make a YouTube video to feed me slop to reinforce the ideological line and say, well, we're the anti-Israel people, so we need an anti-Israel narrative, so we're going to fill up a loot crate full of bullshit to justify it because that's the side we're on. I don't know what that's doing for anybody. Certainly it's not doing anything for me. I'm interested in what's real. I'm interested in what's true. Tell me what's true. Don't reaffirm my preconceived ideas. That's what they've been saying. Oh, well, Israel killed everybody else, so what? That's the gambler's fallacy. That means nothing.
That's right. I said the same thing. I said, didn't they actually posit that as their theory that it was Israel who did it? Weren't they like super gung-ho on that? But now they are kind of saying that, well, it could be anything, which is the side I agree with. I agree with it could be. We don't exactly know, but I don't think the official story is true. I don't know why Nick is taking such a hard stance on this, saying he for sure knows it was exactly what they said. Similarly, if somebody comes out and says they guarantee that it was Israel, I would also be like, I don't know. Interesting how Nick keeps trying to act like Ian is just giving his own personal opinion, acting like there aren't experts backing it up. Right. He keeps saying, you're not an expert. You're not an expert. Well, Nick, you're not an expert either, bro. And you're saying, well, my experts say that that's possible. Okay, well, his say that it's basically impossible. So it's like you guys are both basically operating on the same footing here. I also don't like this angle that Nick's taking where he's like calling people amateurs and he's saying, you don't know what you're talking about. And almost like he's pulling up the ladder behind him saying, I'm the arbiter of truth and conspiracies. And what I say goes, what you say, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. It's like, yeah, that is true. There are a lot of conspiracies out there that are bogus and bullshit. Like, I'll give him that. But like, why wouldn't like somebody like Alex Jones just say that to you, Nick? Why wouldn't David Icke say that to you? You've been in this for only 10 years. I've been in this for 25. Well, however long David Icke's been in it. You don't know what you're talking about, kiddo. He could do the same thing. And the thing is like Ian said a lot of good shit that I'm almost certain Nick would agree with. But now it's like, it's just so weird. Somebody said that in chat. Where was that? The way people are even talking about this is just weird. Like how overwhelming people's reaction to this is also crazy. And that's why I say I think it has to be two ideological sides here behind the scenes fighting and vying for something. That's what I think is that it's a power grab here. And there's narrative control, perception management. They need you to buy into it was the left who did it. The mainstream Fed slop narrative, as Ian calls it. And for some reason, Ian and Candace and Tucker are all kind of saying something else. And they want you to not buy into that. And there's such anger on the other side saying, no, you fucking idiots. You have to buy into this because of, I don't know why, some other reason. That's what I feel like. It's like there is some weird, crazy hysteria around this. I think it has to do with something behind the scenes.